Okay, so let me ask you this about what do you think about your parents choosing your partner?
I do feel a way about that.
Yeah.
Only because I feel like there's a growth in the relationship when y'all are brought together yourselves, when y'all have heard, rather than it being the parents. Not saying that it can't happen, because I've seen it in the word where it's happened or whatever, but for me, I feel like it would take away from the experience in a way. Not saying that, I want to choose, but I want the experience.
Hold on, what would you say?
I want to choose and choose. But I want the experience of knowing I know because I heard, and I know because you heard that we are to be. And that's really big for me now. So I feel like it would take away from the experience if it was just like, oh, y'all get together, and it's just like, I guess this from you, like, I want that insurance of knowing that, wow, we really are.
Because it's totally different. Because what we read in the scriptures is that's how they did things in ancient Eastern cultures or whatever. But I think too, the Most High is faithful because that's what happened with me and Mama or whatever. And what have I always told y'all?
You have power to know your spouse?
Well, that I wouldn't approve. I'm not going to let you know.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this real quick, family. This man swears up and down he will not tell us if he approves of anyone that we've ever, dated or anything like that. He swears down. I won't tell y'all if I approve of them or not. That's for y'all to say.
But what happened?
Whole time, we already know. We already know. You will say it without saying it.
What do I say?
You won't downright be like, I don't approve. But a lot of the stuff that you'll say, or like just different things that we'll pick up on, it'll just be like, he don't approve. Like you don't upright be like,
it's a concern.
I like him.
I'll say it's a concern. Yeah, because I'm not gonna tell you that that's what I said. I'm not gonna tell you that I approve of somebody. I have never told. To tell truth,
I'm not saying that you've told us directly that no, I do not approve of them.
No. Downright. I said I would never tell y'all that I do approve.
You've never said that. But but you have. You do a lot,
I'm about to have the referee
lets us know all we need to know.
Whether I approve or not?
Yes.
So even fellas that it wasn't an issue, I never said I approve of this person. Because the reason being, I'm not going to tell you I approve of this person because then now you're going to be getting with him because I approved. I don't want you to think about that. I never said I wasn't going to, tell y'all, if I saw something.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not going to tell you, I like him. Because there was some folks that I liked. It was some
but
folks.
Listen, and I'm not going to name drop, but it is friends that we've had where it's like, you're not saying, I would approve of y'all dating, but you approve of them as a young man. And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it gives away. It's very apparent. Right. Oh, good job. You did it. Oh, we need you. All of the stuff where it's like, we already know, okay, that's what you would prefer. I
ain't never thought about any of y'all got friends. I ain't been like, okay, he could be my, he could.
I'm not saying that you thought that, but I'm saying that when you do approve somebody, we know.
Now, fellas, I like y'all. You understand? I like y'all. But I don't go there. I don't want to put my heart in a situation where I'm feeling like, man, I really like, I would hope. No. Because then now my vision is skewed. And now I'm using my influence in a way that I shouldn't.
Right.
So, but all right.
Okay.
All right. That's your story and you sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. And I got 4 other witnesses. Plus 1.
Well, see, my other witnesses know that I ain't never told them.
I'm not saying that you said it outright that you.
Okay, moving
but I'm saying
on.
Hey guys,
we hope you're enjoying the show.
Yes. Now, many of you ask, where are they now, right? Well, here's where you can find out. You can find out in our new interactive ebook, How We Manifested Our Extreme Makeover, right? Where you're going to find out about our pre-extreme makeover experience, our during the extreme makeover, and the post, what we've been up to lately.
Yes.
Experience.
Get the inside scoop from the perspective of the girls and Eric and I, from birthday parties to blessing parties to community events and family events. I mean, we've done them all right here.
Right here. So get your copy today. Hit the link and pre-order your copy today.
Of How We Manifested Our Extreme Makeover. Pre-order your copy
today. How does social status and popularity matter in a partner? Does he have to be like the Proverbs 31 woman whose husband sat amongst the elders, so on and so forth? Or can he be an emerging young man? I mean, he's only 20-some years old, so he's emerging. I'm just saying. Okay, so
that's
all right. We're gonna have a conversation.
So that's another question. How old?
Yeah, because he could be younger than me. He could be older than me. But
how much older do you think?
Oh my gosh,
is a decent
no more than 10 years. I do think it does matter to an extent.
So age difference matters.
Oh, not age difference, but as far as the popularity, because that's a lot to ask for in a person. There are pros and cons to being popular. So that's why I would say I wouldn't want someone that's popular. But whatever you have for me, y'all willing. He not be, but social status, I do think it does matter solely because, well, I don't want to say solely because I have a lot of reasons, but I don't think it necessarily should be the end all be all, like, oh, you have to be, high ranking something, in order to get with a person. However, in regards to security or some type of stability, it could matter. But at the same time, even that is very unpredictable. So it's pros and cons to each one, but I wouldn't go out and just be like, oh yeah, like that broken refrigerator. It's still a refrigerator, so I'm gonna take it. Like, no, I want a good working refrigerator. Like, a nice expensive one. If I could have it that way, but I think, but at the same time, because I hear this so often, especially in the Black community, where it's just like, not having to necessarily put a man down because he's broke. And I'm not saying put a dude down, but maybe you should consider having your life a little bit more stable, before you just actively go out searching for someone. It'd be one thing if I came at a time where, maybe you weren't where you wanted to be. But if you're okay with that and you're just like, I'm fine where I'm at, but I need me a woman. What? Like, where does that, where do I fit in? Where are you going to bring me home to?
So he should have standards too.
He should have standards too, I think also with guys, the way that sometimes they may think of things, they actually like it when higher prospects, or somebody that, is a good prospect comes to their girl. It makes them feel good. So it's just like, if that makes you feel good, then you know where you should be, So, yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
So do you feel pressured by the standards, like what you're mentioning, the standards of society, when it comes to men your age? Do you feel like like pressured, like with what the norm is, like especially this high value conversation?
So so many people have different debates on the high value thing. I definitely do agree with those that feel that high value has everything to do with character and not your income, material things, you know, because, you know, as much as I've met really great guys that have all of those things, I have also met really terrible guys. Like, I feel like there's always going to be in each pool, you know, there's going to be somebody in there that really is not, you know, suitable for you, or a suitable person for anyone, you know.
That word.
But I do think that there is a pressure for Black women to just settle for
take what
coming.
you can get.
Take what you can get, kind of a thing. When really there are more out there that are great guys, you know, and you don't have to settle for. I don't want to say Pookie, but you know, Pookie.
Pookie a good dude.
Pookie a good dude, but Pookie needs.
If Pookie work,
it's fine. But some Pookies don't be working.
Okay.
Well, we don't generalize the Pookies.
No, we won't generalize the Pookies.
But yeah, I mean, you do hear that a lot though, where it's just like, you know, just you know, what's wrong with so and so? What's wrong with this person? It's just like, okay, but you wouldn't be. If you had a daughter, would you want your daughter to be with this person? You know, and beyond just like, you know, looks or whatever, because sometimes y'all pookies be look good, but they're not, you know, they're just not there, you know, to provide, you know, a environment that is suitable for.
And a disclaimer here: if your name or nickname is Pookie,
we ain't tripping.
I'm not talking about
tripping on you.
Especially if you Pookie and you got your you know, your stuff together. Then I'm not talking about you.
All Pookies are good in our book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You did you have a question?
So
I'm ready.
The other
I'm loaded. I'm locked and loaded.
You locked and loaded?
I'm locked and loaded. I want the info, the 411.
Oh,
all right. Okay, you go ahead and go first.
Okay.
Because I think we kind of covered that one. I don't want to be redundant.
Okay. So, do you believe in celibacy?
yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
You came on out the.
I thought you. I'm locked and loaded. Okay.
She's not playing no games. Yes, I do. And you know what's funny? We actually were talking about what courtship is. And I think I talked to you a little bit about it, Mama.
With your
America. So see, I'm stop. See America.
It's mama daughters.
Okay.
The first of the year.
But that's because Daddy, you know, you're doing your thing as a man. You know, at the time we were talking about it, actually, I think you were in the lawn. You was mowing that lawn.
There you go.
You know, so
you was in your rightful place.
Yes. I'm agreeing.
I'm teasing.
Right.
Y'all listen, that is not what we believe. Yeah, no roles.
Just jokes.
Yeah, just jokes. Just a little humor.
But anyways, me and my friends, we were talking about what courtship looks like, and I felt like this for the longest time. Like whenever I'm, you know, going out on dates or I'm dating someone, that doesn't mean commitment. So of course, like it does not mean sex, you know. So like if I do believe that, you know, it can work. It just takes two people that feel that they can do it. Because there have been a lot that don't want to deal with it, but
So the 90-day rule and all that,
I feel like that's crap, garbage.
Men need to recognize that you don't want to be spreading your seed all over the place. So
us as women, we really don't want anybody that's kind of, you know, all over the place either, just as much as men don't want.
Thank you. Speak on
that's
that.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Because I know things will change for sure once we get there.
Yeah.
And how we, you know, how we think and operate, it does shift because your priorities change, you know, definitely. Because you're also looking after another person, you know, besides just yourself and expanding.
and actually, you can learn more.
Right.
For instance, when me and Mama, we went to take pictures, the pictures that are on Facebook now, before we got married, and we go to the Chinese restaurant. And so I was, new in ministry, reading scriptures and stuff like that. Really I'm like 2 years in. Mm-hmm. And she cracked open the fortune cookie.
That's what you do when you eat at a Chinese restaurant.
And she read it.
You didn't do that.
And I was like, this is
and
witchcraft.
You eat the cookie.
I had the word. Yeah. I had a word that she was my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm going back.
Working on being open-minded just a little bit to new things.
So I was like, oh my goodness, we're not supposed to. And there was nothing in the scriptures. You just crack it open a fortune. She's not hoping and praying that this happens.
Right.
She's cracking this open and she liked the cookie. Mm-hmm. And there's a little riddle. Let's see what it says.
Right. And he was like, oh my gosh. Wait,
that was our first argument.
Yeah, this is witchcraft. This is some, whatever. It's
don't you know where the origins? Know where that came from?
And I'm like, are you serious? And that was our very first fight. And it's
after
like
the engagement photos,
some of those things. Yeah, you look at like unreasonable. Like, okay, what, and where you have to really calmly decide. Because even after that, we left and we, I don't even remember how we resolved that. We just went on with life.
But went on
about your day.
But at the same time, you did tell me, what you thought about it, what she felt about it. And then I internalized. I looked at what she said, and everything, and I was like, well, okay, well, she's not trying to do what I was saying, or appropriating to her.
And then you realize that, I was just this wonderful woman and just gorgeous. And you were just like, you know what? None of this even matters.
Okay.
None of this even matters.
Okay.
Right. Did y'all make sex for pleasure or solely for procrastination?
Procrastination.
Procreation. I'm like, they gotta put these glasses on.
There you go.
For procreation.
My thing is,
did it make sex for procrastination?
I have too many questions. Why would you choose me for this?
Is it bad to enjoy sex in marriage? That's the second part.
Definitely not bad. Why would he make it pleasurable if it's bad to be like? Okay. I'm sorry. I can just, like I said, opinionated. It's showing. It just doesn't make sense as to why it would be pleasing if it's wrong. Because, and it's a natural thing.
But some singles, get married and, and they think that it's all about just, having, children.
There's cases where it's just like there's not. The guy isn't as fertile, and that doesn't, stop anything at all and stuff. So it's just like, if that was really its sole purpose of use, and obviously, it's multiple purposes, honestly, but, that would be it,
Do you believe in celibacy? See, I threw that in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Until marriage.
100%. I actually encourage it and support it for for honestly anyone, because it's really unhealthy, for your overall well-being and just health in general. Your sexual, mental, spiritual, especially, and emotional health to refrain from, especially if it's with multiple partners that a person has been with, to refrain from that, because that's a lot of baggage. That's a lot of unnecessary baggage, and it causes you to stumble and struggle in a whole lot more areas than just that. So it
spills over.
Yeah, it's like you said, like you always say when you're younger, it's you open a can of worms
that you can't put that topic on.
Yeah, using certain language and stuff like that, and because of that, that's been one of my non-negotiables. I can't do a
that's one of the questions.
Oh, okay. So let me say that.
No, go ahead.
So it's I can't do a potty mouth because it's if things were to get heated, how far would you go? So it's like certain. I'm not even gonna allow that much or whatever. So because of that, because like I've never seen that or whatever. Now that I'm older and I know it's just not happening or whatever.
So you've never heard me call Daddy out his name. You never heard Daddy call me out my name. Okay.
Yeah. So never nobody raising their arm at nobody or anything like that. Because if that was the case, then it would have been 5, 6 women on one man. I'm telling you that.
So
why are you talking about on me?
I was fixing to say vice versa. I was fixing to say vice versa.
From third one.
On the good side.
Good side.
Except to the Washington. Yeah, no, it's vice versa. It's vice versa because
she was the one throwing.
Bye. But yeah, so
Okay.
Man, it's getting deep in here.
really,
I'm not even going to play.
Yeah. So there's
That makes sense.
and I love the way you phrased it as there's a line, and there's a conscious line. It's not I just can't help it, or when just talking to someone previously, and they were saying how that person drew me in. It's like, that means who had the power?
Yeah.
Who was out of control?
Yeah.
While you trying to point the finger at that other person, point it back at you because you allowed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not going to allow Elaine that much control from me being the man that I want to be, and she's not going to allow me to pull. Yeah, she's trying not to allow me to pull.
no, that was happening.
You play too much.
Oh, no, you've been coming at me. You've been coming at me. I told you I was coming.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that is key. And one of the things I wanted to pull out too was the fact that because we had somebody who, when you allow well, tell me this: have you ever seen your parents apologize to one another?
Yes. Numerous amounts of times. Yes.
How many more times have you seen your father apologize to you? No, I'm teasing. See, this is
Y'all
what
hear
some parents do, right?
Y'all hear something?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have seen us apologize.
Yes, of course. And in that, not only modeling that, y'all would always make us do that. Whenever there was an issue with us as sisters, it was like, nope, fill it through. And y'all coming back in here, and guess what y'all fixing to do? Y'all fixing to apologize, and y'all better hug as if you almost lost them.
What was the thing I did? I put y'all in the t-shirt.
I don't think Reagan ever had that.
They said I shouldn't have done that. They said I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so because but anyway,
you need time to feel your feelings through, and then you don't want to give no fake apology just because you want to get it over with. Like no, you need to feel it through, be honest, and be like, okay, I genuinely do apologize because I saw myself. Right.
Okay.
If there's things that are coming at me as a black woman, I know for him there's things coming at him as a black man. And just being able to pray for those things and pray over him, and then to cover us, and that's literally what was I think so beautiful to me, and I still think is very beautiful. It's just seeing a man pray. That's something different there, that should be a turn on right there, because
it is. Don't tell all my secrets, child.
Listen, because
I'm sorry.
I'd be like,
pray right now, huh?
Right. Well, pray right now.
It's been good knowing your brother.
Like
it's been good no, but when you're able to just genuinely be vulnerable and share with the Father how you feel about things, and then in turn that just helps, with us,
Truly.
So whoever's ahead of your life is where you where you end up going. So
absolutely. Sir, you ready? You want me to keep going?
All right.
You ready?
So
I told him I'm locked and loaded. Question?
Services? Yes.
All right. So how do you handle disagreements?
Handle them.
I kind of do what you do.
Look,
Well,
don't be like your sister.
crying.
No,
No,
she did it. She said it. It was so funny.
Listen, sometimes you do have to go to the Father on that. Just because sometimes some things are more delicate than others. And especially because we both don't like raising our voices. Just because I'm like, okay, you sound careless or you sound, I'm not talking if you, you know. And I think, I always like to say the agree to disagree, but I know sometimes you can't just shut down and, you know, let that just be the end all be all. No. But I guess hearing each other out first and like, oh, okay, well, that's how you feel. Okay, well, I disagree, you know, and then just being able to just let that be that, you know, not be, well, I thought we have two different perspectives. If that's the case, you know, you can't, you know, I guess, like I think, Angel touched on it a little bit, but you can't change that person. You know, sometimes there are times where I'm like, that's what you know, and it's, you can't, you know, condemn that person for that because that's just how they feel, you know, how they view things. But it's sometimes it's like, okay, but like, whoa, you know, but you do have to check yourself and understand, okay, but if y'all were just alike, then there would be nothing for y'all to, produce fruit, you know.
If I had two right hands, that's some things I couldn't hold.
Yeah.
I needed to have another.
Right
so
and a left.
with contrast, you get the picture. If you have no contrast in the picture, you just have a great blank spot, right? And you can't appreciate that you know the picture without the contrast.
Because I'm more emotional.
Yeah,
you know, he's very analytical and logical, and it's like, you know, like we have like little inside jokes about it, but you know, it's really where he's like, okay, wow, I didn't even see it that way, you know, because to me, I'm like, what's the sense of thinking emotions, and you can't change, and I'm like, okay, no, but the reason why I think this, and he's like, oh, okay, so, you know, because people do have feelings, and then it's kind of where you're having to, you know, add that to, you know, and then I'm able to see, okay, well, I don't always have to get in my emotions about this. Maybe it's just genuinely what it is, you know.
That's it.
Making each other better.
Yes. And
coming on to the other side.
Absolutely. And then, you know, realizing that there isn't one that's better than the other.
No.
There isn't, you know, there's no right or wrong. If we've learned to remove right or wrong from so much of our disagreements,
which is in our book, Manage Your Marriage, Master the Workplace.
There it is. There's the plug. Thank you. But, you know, if we remove that, you know, then we will allow each other to grow, and then we'll be able to see how well we complement each other. The right is a great hand, but clap with that right hand only. You get nothing. Right? So but until you get the right and the left, you got sound. Yeah, you got music. Hey. No, sir, not the ooch.
All right. So
there are times that we can have unrealistic expectations, or where we put a standard over that person, but they have not set that for themselves. And you kind of put that over. You put that over that person's head, and it's like, and they're like, I never said that, or I never did that. You know, so where does that come from? You know, and I think we're just now getting to that point where we can actually talk about those things where it's like, okay, we missed the mark on that one, you know, and being able to be transparent and see, okay, yeah, I felt this way. But, you know, and then continue to choose to know that, and it's going to sound so cliche because it bothers me, but that whole, nobody's perfect. Because it's true, but again, like I said, if that person has set a standard for themselves, then yes, you can be like, okay, but the reason why I'm disappointed, and like I said, just I guess effectively communicating, the reason why I was disappointed is because previously you did this, and since, you know, now that was out of the ordinary, that took me aback, you know, so I didn't know how to act with that, and then it's like, oh, well, to me, this was just this, and then just realizing, you know, again, were some things that we do on default because of what we've seen.